Hey, what's up, guys? Well, I got some interesting stuff for you guys with some of these cloud ships that I've been catching. Just some real wild stuff going on, and I've been seeing a lot of these videos talking about the fake invasion agenda, and I mean it's been talked about a lot over the past few years, and that was kind of my first question on this stuff. Is it real or is it physical? Real or is it holographic? You know what I'm saying? Like the blue beam. But I try to catch the more physical stuff, and that's what I've been trying to share. And I've been catching a lot of these craft with windows and stuff looking out the windows, and it looks very real a lot of the time. I mean, look at this. Okay, this is physical. You can see it poking through. I mean, these things poke through the clouds a lot. You can see them. And then directly above is something here. I mean, you can see the black, and then you can see these rivets or lights. You see them here all over this thing. And I'm not sure exactly if they're lights or what, but definitely something up there, because it's all black and gray. I think that's the bottom of a ship, actually. This whole cloud is covering a huge ship. I mean, probably a couple of them. And then this stuff, check it out. I mean, it's wild. You got the cloud covering over this thing with little, like, windows or whatever. It's almost like these things are on floating platforms. You have these platforms with, like the ships or the crafts on top of them. Because I see a lot of these big flat or huge platforms that seems like these structures are on top of. As you can see, these large platforms here, and then you have the structure on top, which looks like this may be a window too. And you have a lot of like framework. Wow, that's crazy. Sorry guys, I got taken away for a second. That's a crazy. That might be a big old window right here. It looks like an opening of some sort in that green type of glass I see all the time. It might be one of those eyes. But yeah, you can see the structures inside and then the framework. Check this out. Look over here. You got a gray's head. I mean, I could see his two eyes in his mouth and his head coming around. He's like poking his head out this little opening. You could see him in there. Just his head. Part of it. You could see his mouth, one eye. And it's in this little opening. And these things come out all the time. Look at this. I don't know if this is a statue or what, or if it's just a huge being. I catch these all the time. It's got some kind of head, crown, or headdress or something. I catch a lot of those type of things too. These beans and like huge, and I can't believe they'd be physical. They're so big, but who knows? Like, I'm about to show you guys some creepy stuff. Hold on. Is that the same one? I think so. I mean, look at these things. Look at this. This big opening right here. And then, yeah, you have all kinds of weird stuff in here. It looks like something's poking it. I mean, it's really hard to, with the pixelation, to see great detail, but you could definitely tell there's something going on right there. There's like a hole. In there. It almost looks like a ship or something. It's right next to it, right here. Look at that. What's this dark thing? And I always look for like the darker things within the lighter areas. Yeah, you can see. See, it's really pixelated, but you can see what looks like maybe a gray's head on this dark. See, I'm not positive on a lot of these, but there are some that I'm positive there's something going on right over there. Oh, look at this. That almost looks like a shoulder and a head right here. 2 eyes, a mouth. Yeah, I got a bunch of that stuff, but I want to look at this. See, you can see these physical craft inside these clouds. And then look at this. This big face right here. 2 eyes, a nose. It's inside. That's like a statue of some sort, of some kind of being's face. And then a smaller one. See, this could be an actual gray right there. There's the eyes, the mouth, the head. It looks like a gray with his head out right there. Crazy, crazy stuff. Right on top of there, there's another one. But what I wanted to show you guys is this. Look at this. Clear as day, huge gray head image right there. I mean, look at that. And then look at the squares on these clouds. Look like big walls inside these clouds. Like structures and buildings that I've shown before. Crazy stuff. But then you got this image of this gray's head right here. Clear as day. The 2 big black eyes. The nose. The mouth. And the head. And then another one looks like it might be right there. And they're probably windows on a craft that they make it look like this. Yeah, you even got the 2 nostrils. The 2 little nostrils. I mean, that's clear as day. The eyes and the mouth. Wild. This one was pretty crazy too. You gotta look at it for a second. But look, there's windows here, here, through the clouds, and then up here you will see a being or a human looking thing. Almost. Well, maybe not too human looking, but here's a window with a being's head right there. And there's all kinds of windows. There's another window here. with another being's head out. Yeah. Yeah, right here. Look at 2 eyes, mouth, in the window. He's looking this way. Look at that. It almost looks like its head. Almost like a cat. Look at that. It's looking out this window right here. Okay. And it's way up here. It may be human. It looks kind of human, but it's probably some hybrid. Then up here, more windows. You got windows up here. And then they even go down here. I mean, they're all over the place. They cover all these windows. I mean, you gotta back up and look at it for a second and look through the clouds. And there are a lot of windows on these things. You can see the bottom of them. And then, yeah, this is one of the best ones I caught. Look at that face looking out. I mean, that is nuts. This is over an airport, too. Another one. Look through these clouds. See these big, long, green-looking, like, windows in there. Just wild stuff, guys. I mean, you can see the framework of the craft. That's why when you see these clouds like this, you gotta really look through them. Look between them and see if you see, you know, like metallic. Like I see a face, gray looking right there. 2 eyes, the mouth, and then the face. Look at that. This one was kind of hard. And look at this. There's another face and like a hood. And then look at this. I don't know if you guys can see this good, but there's this long, elongated skull looking demon there. Half of its face looks covered. But right here, you got an eye, the nose comes down, the mouth. There's another eye that's covered there. And then the neck is right there. Look at that. Yeah. There's the mouth. Something like that. And then the neck comes down. Wild stuff. I mean, these are demons. Straight up. Look at that. Look at this. I caught this up in the sky. I wasn't sure what it was, but it looked physical. And it had some like weird stuff around it. But I couldn't get a clear like image of it because It's like these make these cameras bad quality on purpose or something. I don't know. But the actual, I mean, this is British Columbia. It's a little better quality than the Alaska cameras, but not by much. You can also see the metal structures in here. See how it goes up here and then it goes up here, comes down, and then there's a window. You got a metal thing over here. Oops. You can eventually just find, like, see the whole shape of whatever's showing. Because look, see, this is another one of these platforms. I catch these all the time. It's like a platform. They got like ridges on it. Almost like a air or a hovercraft or something. And this looks like a window, and that looks like a bean right there in the mist. Something right here. Two eyes ahead. It's hard to see, but I do see black where there would be eyes in a mouth or nose inside of what looks like a cubicle type craft. Now, the more I look at it, the more the shapes come out, and you can actually see it a little better. You can see how this thing, it looks kind of just like that with the bottom. Yeah, that is wild. Oh, wait a minute. Oh yeah, there's several demons with their heads out right there. There's like 3 or 4 of them. And look at this thing that's showing. I mean, I haven't even went through these things that thorough yet. But you see the clouds around it. And it's hard because a lot of times half these things are invisible. So it's really hard to see the entire structure. Like this one. Look at the square type. I've caught these before too. They're almost like these square rectangle things like that are blocking stuff. I've caught those near my house in the sky. Um, they were very translucent. They almost looked holographic. Here's another weird looking craft or whatever. But yeah, you can see the metal through all this stuff with the clouds or electromagnetic fog that just sticks to it, but it obviously doesn't, with the wind and everything. You can see half this thing when you really start to look at it. You can see the whole thing start to come through. Like you look through and see the structure of it. Even over here, you can see all this metal framework, which looks like some disc type. This is like a space station. These are all over the place, man. You got like a disc type area right here, or craft. I mean, yeah. And it's hooked up to this thing, or right next to it. And then here looks like a window. When you just back up and look at it again and again, and you'll start to see all this stuff come out. Look at this one. Here's the bottom. This is almost like a skull type crab. You got the nose. I wasn't able to get the full thing of it because a lot of it's translucent and it's next to or connected to all this other stuff, but it just looked like the bottom of a skull with the teeth and then like a nose, but I couldn't, and this could have been the eye, but you could see all this metal framework. I'm not sure if that's what it was supposed to be. There's so much stuff overlapping. And then it looks like a smaller cigar craft on the bottom down here, over some ocean. I'd assume it'd be the Pacific. Yeah, look at this. What the hell is that? Big metal alien looking thing sticking out. I mean, the more you look at it, it'll start to come out. Like I said, I haven't even went over all this stuff very thorough. Wow. That is wild. I mean, look at that. That was just a partial picture. And these are some other ones that I got that were kind of not as good, but I caught stuff poking through the clouds that I could see were probably the same type of stuff. Like up here, there was a sphere. This was actually in like California or something. Anyways, I'm rambling on. I'll leave it here and have some more stuff coming later on. Thanks for watching. God bless, and please share. Leave your comments.